Hello, my name is Rhyd y Foel and Croeso Gymru. Welcome to Wales. Croeso nôl, welcome back to Wales. What's in the name? We're in Tan Yr Ogof, beneath the cave. That's a bit of a clue. It's a steep path, we better crack on.
Ella fod y byd yn gwegian, ond mae'r haul yn teimlo'n braf.
Okay, so you'll find Tan Yr Ogof Caves midway between the town of Abergele and the village of Llanddilys, just by a tiny little hamlet called Rhyd y Foel. Now, Rhyd means ford, we've mentioned that before, and a foel describes either a hill or a mountain in which the summit is often quite rounded and is bare of any growth, really, or any foliage, because foel actually means bald, so yeah, nothing on the top, and it has no link at all to its height, so it could be a hill or in actual fact a mountain such as Moel Famau or Moel Hebog, so it more describes its what's there really rather than its height. So yeah, Rhyd y Foel.
Pan y byddion mynydda, tydi'r llwybr weithiau yn serth, a'r holl bwysau ar dy ysgwydda, drymach fydd wrth gallu nerth, o mae gobaith yn dy ddwylo, a math galon yn dyfro, felly dos ymlaen i grwydro, cofia bwyso ar dy ffon. O haweli di, mae'r rhai sy'n dal yn awr sy'n dal ni nôl, a mae'n anodd os ti dal heb weld.
So here we are at Tan Yr Ogof Caves. Tan Yr Ogof, as I said before, means beneath the caves. So when we say Tan Yr Ogof Caves, we're saying beneath the caves. If you do come here, don't make the same mistake as me, because I picked the steepest, toughest path possible. And I've just arrived here now and I've seen quite a few gentle paths here. So I'm going to try and film them on the way down, make it look as if I use those to come up and that I'm not as daft as I am. But there we are, so we got here. Actually, really nice walk, because there's some fantastic views from Pen y Gogarth over there towards Llandudno. Beautiful views. Try and capture some of those. But anyway, so I've been inside the caves now. Unfortunately, it's so dark in there I can't really show you much of them. But anyway, this one right behind me here goes in about 35-40 feet. A lot more again, but that's as far as I could go with the light available to me. Now, there is a legend that says that you can go into one of these caves somewhere here and emerge in the South Wales valleys. Now, if the Welsh Assembly get to hear about that, they might be interested, because that might be the quickest route to get from the north of Wales to the south of Wales, but that's for another time and another debate. Now, there's a couple of legends or folklore in respect to these caves, which I've read up on, And the first one relates to a tale of a young boy from the village below called Dai, who one day was walking through the woods and took a seat by a tree to rest. And as he did so, the Tylwyth Teg, the fairies, walked up to the rock face somewhere in this location, uttered a mystical word, at which point the rock face opened, revealing a new cave, and in they went and disappeared. Now legend had it that the fairies hid their treasures somewhere in this mountain. So Dai, filled with curiosity, walked up to the rock face, uttered the mystical word that he'd heard, and lo and behold, it opened, revealing the cave, and in he went. He searched high and low, and he found the treasure trove and filled his pockets with gold and silver, and came out, only to find that the entrance had closed. Fortunately for him, the fairies arrived, saw his predicament, and looked kindly upon him, uttered a mystical word which he didn't hear, and let him out. Now Dai was a greedy boy, and about a month later he came back, but this time he came back with a big sack over his shoulder, uttered the mystical word, in he went, found the treasure trove, filled his sack with all the gold and silver and jewels, and again came back to the entrance, which once again was closed. This time, however, the fairies didn't look upon him so kindly. Realising that he'd be greedy, they said they would never reveal the mythical word for him and locked the doors never to be opened again. So poor Dai is still stuck in this mountain. Is it a true story? Depends on two things. Do you believe in fairies? And do you believe that every young boy in Wales is called Dai? So I'll leave you to decide. The other bit of folklore here is that some centuries ago that the local villagers believed that the devil lived in one of the caves on this mountain somewhere. Not sure which one. But so convinced were they actually dragged a priest up here and performed an exorcism on the caves himself to rid them. I'm told that it was successful and that the devil is no longer here, which is good news and means that we can continue with our journey safely. So they are Tan Yr Ogof Caves. I'll let you know at another stage how much easier the route up here will be once I've gone back down again. But don't follow the track I followed. That wasn't fun.
O agredu di, mae rai sy'n llais yn cael ei llais yn ôl. Mae'n anodd o mae'n wir. O agredu di, mae rai sy'n dal yn awr sy'n dal ni'n ôl. A mae'n anodd os ti dal heb weld o. O aweli di, mae rai sy'n llais.
Right, this film probably is not going to make an awful lot of sense. You'll be flitting about a little bit, depending on how I edit this. Because of the lockdown, I'm having to make several visits here. I can get here on foot, but once I'm here it doesn't give me an awful lot of time to do any filming, so I've had to come 2 or 3 times. So the sequencing might be a bit strange, but there we are. Yeah, so we've got an hour's exercise in Wales with the lockdown, so I can just about get here 10-15 minutes and then back, but there we are. This is the largest of the 3 caves. I missed it on my first visit, but this was just around the corner and it's a bit of a scramble to get to it, so I've found it now and I've just been in there, and it's an impressive cave, this one. It's really high, really deep, and it splits a little bit. Sad to see though that it's got quite a bit of rubbish in there, a few beer bottles and an old mattress and things like that. It's just really disappointing, but anyway, it is what it is. It's a shame. I'll take some bottles away with me, I think, try and clean up some of the rubbish. So decided to have a little bit of a sit down here and enjoy the view for a few minutes before I go back into self-isolation. Well, what I can see from here, which is worth noting, is 2 very large caravan parks. One is called Tan Yr Ogof Caravan Park, and I think the other one's called the Beach Caravan Park, and they're both deserted because obviously Wales is closed to tourists now. All the caravan parks that have been closed, and we've heard a few stories about people breaching the lockdown to come to second homes and second holiday homes in caravan parks and so on and so forth, but these 2 are absolutely empty. So if you have stayed away, thank you ever so much. We really are grateful. I mean, North Wales is a beautiful area, and normally we can cope with tourists and visitors, no problem at all. But with this virus, our National Health Service just can't cope with it. So you need to stay away, really, for all our sakes. Otherwise, we're not going to cope, and we've got to do what we can to protect the National Health Service. And while we're talking about that, I want to give a shout out really to all the health workers, doctors, nurses, porters, cleaners, all you guys working in retail, keeping the shops going, deliveries, these teachers that have gone back to work and looking after key worker kids, all you people who are working and carrying on, thank you ever so much. I mean, it's incredible what you're doing. We really do appreciate it. Dan ni mor ddiolchgar. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi, pob un ohonoch chi, am pob peth da chi'n neud. Dan ni'n ddiolchgar dros ben ac yn gwerthfawrogi pob dim da chi'n neud. Thank you ever so much. Absolute heroes, the lot of you. So yeah, so stay away. We'll go. This isn't going away. This has been here since the beginning of time. So it'll be here when the lockdown finishes, and then you'll be welcome back. But for the meantime, just stay away. Stay away, and let's get ourselves through this, and we can crack on again. But anyway, in the meantime, that my plans are really, I'm going to have to stay local, clearly, because I don't want to travel. I don't want to breach lockdown. If I can walk to a location, then I'll walk and I'll do some filming. But it's taken me about 2 or 3 visits because I just haven't got enough time. So you might see that my appearance changes a little bit because I don't do continuity. So we might have a spot the difference competition. But there we are. So I'm not sure whether this is going to fit in the film because it's all over the place. But this time I came down the very gentle route. There's just a bit of a scramble for this one. But it's a nice easy walk. Yeah, it's great. Love it. Very, very nice. And of course the sun's shining and so on and so forth. So if I put this at the end, thanks very much for tuning in. Please consider liking and subscribing and hit the bell button for the next one. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay at home, protect our National Health Service, wash your hands, look after each other, be kind to each other. We're all under stress, but we can all, let's play it cool. Byddwch yn ofalus, edrychwch ar ôl eich gilydd, byddwch yn glên ac yn garedig, and we'll get together the other side.